Let's start out with playing this clip I put on my Instagram with we talked about it on Market Mondays a little bit, but Vladimir Putin and PG Ping,
Yep.
president of China, had a conversation, hot mic moment. Let's play that clip if we can.
人类的器官会不断的移植，甚至越活越年轻，甚至会长生不老。预测呢，本世纪呢，可能另外可以活到150岁，也不能说是说没等于。
Okay, so in that clip, Vladimir Putin is saying that, you know, with organ transferring and stuff like that, you know, the ability to actually live forever. And Ping was saying that, you know, yeah, you know, over this time frame that we're in now, you know, life expectancy is going to be 150 years old. But the one thing that Vladimir Putin said that was very insightful, he said, you know, 70 used to be old. Now 70, you're a child. Meaning, like, if you live in, so I never forget, Umar Johnson said something that was pretty insightful.
Donations.
One time, 100%. They was like, yo, he was on the stream with the kid Rude, I think his name is, you know, the streamer from Philly.
Yep.
So he was calling him like he was calling him an old head or calling him old or whatever. And he's like, why you calling me like you 40 something years old? You old? He's like, you know, you be careful how you use the word young and old because it's all relative. Mm-hmm. He was like, if we don't know when we're gonna die, that's the only way you can really benchmark being young or old. For instance, if you're 23 and you're going to die next year, well, you're old. If you're 50 and you're going to die at 108, well, you're young. You have more time ahead of you than you have behind you. You're a relatively young person. So it's like that the term young and old, it ages you psychologically by using that, because what ends up happening is that people use young as an excuse. Yep. Young. You know, I'm like, bro, you're not really that young. You 29, you 30, 31,
32, but I'm a young boy.
You got kids, you got family. Like, you're not really young. Like, you keep saying that you're young. That's kind of like a psychological excuse.
Yeah.
Right. Or a handicap that you're using. And then on the flip side of that, people use the term old or at this big age. That's a psychological term that you're using to age yourself out, to make excuses for yourself, to kind of, you know, like, I always said, like, I feel young now at 41. I feel young. So when he said, like, at 70, you're still a child, I'm like, damn, that's kind of like, I can understand that, because I feel young. And somebody will look at me and say, like, yo, you're over 40, you're old. Well, that's your perspective, but that's not the life that I've accepted for myself.
A lot of it is mental. I agree a lot. And I mean, also too, there isn't a lot of planning post 25 or 30 for a lot of Black men. We could talk about some of the reasons why, if we want to, because the median age for Black men is what, 72 years and 8 months. So, but yeah, a lot of it is psychological for sure. And also it is a lot of mature YNs too that just don't advance.
That's a fact. In their second childhood. So age is all.
Or some of y'all who want popular as kids and you acting like a brat in your 40s.
That's a fact. Age is 100% relative. That's one conversation. Okay, but the other conversation. Okay, so this isn't a conspiracy theory. This isn't something that, these are two of the most powerful people in the world. Two of the people that have the most resources to information in the world. And one is saying that we're gonna have some humans that's gonna be able to become immortal because of biotech. Mm-hmm. And another one that's saying that even without that, just based off of a variety of other factors, 150 is a new benchmark. How do you feel about this?
Number one, given both of them are world leaders, there's no such thing as a hot mic moment. If this got out, it's because they wanted it to get out. For two, they've been working on this. I mean, let's be very honest. There was some great audio that was collected. And given their world influence, Putin allegedly may be the world's first trillionaire that is not disclosed or talked about. Nothing's getting out without his permission or approval. Number two, there's also a talk that Russia may have figured out a way to prevent cancer or cure cancer. So while I'm fighting a BRICS war, if healthcare is poor here, one way I could potentially gain favor while nationalism in America is going down is to give cures to cancer and longevity. There's even a war in that. Well played. While we're battling China as well over the chips and AI war. So I don't believe in coincidences, but will we see an expansion of how long we live? For sure. My question is, what is the cost? The cost is going to be exorbitant, and which healthcare company, because the patents last, 20 years? So which healthcare company is going to benefit the most from technology, and will it be an American facing or American owned company? I don't think so, because America wants to sell you allegedly the whatever solution in pill form. They don't ever want to cure anything. So if they have a cure for cancer in Russia and a promise of longevity, what would that do to change the GDP? There's a bunch of ways to fight a war. Nationalism, at least from the 1970s and 1980s, has went down. Even from September 11th, has went down dramatically. Well played, well timed, and well executed to say that it's a hot mic moment. The last real hot mic moment was Jesse. Putin not doing that.
And then when Putin said with human organs being constantly transferred, what does he mean? What does he mean by that? People are just transferring their organs left and right? That's what's happening?
I don't speak Russian, so I don't know. But one would think that they've been trying to work on this for 20 or 30 years to harvest organs to be able to theoretically exchange them like battery parts. Now, of course, there's a whole bunch of things that can go wrong. Acceptance rates, rejection rates. That's tough, but in the ideal world, if you did have a faulty heart or liver, you should be able to exchange that for a healthier one. It's just not as easy as science fiction would make it out to be. But I do believe they are working on something, and that the elite have had access to some of these services for the last maybe 10 to 15 years.
Would you want to live forever?
No. For what?
What age would you want to call it a quitter?
100. So at that point, Xander be 70 something. I can see my grandkids, maybe some great grands. And the way that the deterioration of society is going now, I want to die off the internet right now. Don't take my page. But given the lack of decorum in the world, imagine you're a vampire. You like live through the Gilded Ages, and now you're seeing people fight on the internet. Like, just misuse of everything. No. Now maybe in a silo, like if I was in the middle of Africa, just my own village, maybe live forever. But in this America, oh no. You?
Nah, I ain't trying to live forever.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to live forever. Yeah. God, what they say? I got a lot of living to do, so I ain't got time to waste. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Family. Then once you lose your friend, and it's rough seeing elderly people lose their classmates and friends, and then they become alone. That's another thing, like with society. Back in the day, at least the grandchildren or great grands would go check on the relatives once in a while. That's fractured. So no, I'm good at 100. God willing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's interesting. Put in chat, would you want to live forever? How do you feel about humans being immortal? And how you feel about humans potentially living to 150 years old?